Hey everyone, Rick here. Our battle today covers two devices, the Apple iPhone SE 2022 edition and the Samsung A53 5G, in 4 of our test protocols: audio, battery, camera, and display, ABCD. These two budget devices may be tiny ergonomically, but they can pack some great features and specs, and thanks to optimized tunings, they can also reply to what you really look for in terms of the fundamental needs and experience of a smartphone. So let's go. First round, camera, and we'll start with the Samsung A53 5G. The Samsung A53 5G had a combined score of 105 in our smartphone camera rankings, with subscores of 111 in photo, 48 in zoom, and 93 in video. In photo, we found the device to be capable of capturing images with a good target exposure and wide dynamic range. But it seems as though HDR processing might be a bit too heavy, and a noticeable halo effect did appear from time to time, as we can see here. The ultra-wide camera, coming in at 13.4 millimeters, actually offers a very wide field of view for a device of this price range, and exposure and white balance were fairly accurate, and details were found to be pretty acceptable. Nice colors and a wide dynamic range, though we did notice noise often for indoor conditions. Let's take a look now at how the Apple iPhone SE 2022 edition did in camera. So the Apple iPhone SE 2022 edition has a combined score of 118 in camera, with subscores of 128 in photo, 36 in zoom, and 109 in video. The device sits in second place in our smartphone camera rankings for the high-end price segment. It's actually an ideal phone for taking both photos and video, both indoor and outdoor, due to its good color and exposure. One caveat of the device is that it does not feature multiple camera modules, just got one there. So there's no wide angle camera function, and zoom is purely digital. So the results can be a little bit less than ideal and can be sometimes downright funky. But overall, the single camera module performed quite well in default standard settings. So let's take a quick look at some captured test material. Round 1 camera goes to Apple. Round 2 audio. The Samsung A53 5G had a combined smartphone audio score of 73, with 75 in playback and 67 in recording. The device is actually placed second overall in its price segment for our smartphone audio rankings. Samsung has definitely made improvements in audio with the A53 than from its predecessor, the A52, showing solid tonal balance in playback, good dynamics rendition, except for the punch, and very clean results artifact-wise, with speaker positioning well situated to make it difficult to block out. In recording, however, we did notice that microphone position was a bit malplaced, making it too easy to occlude. The device does feature some good, natural, and pleasant tonal balance, and some good wideness in recording. However, the iPhone SE 2022 edition scored a combined score of 70 in our smartphone audio rankings, with subscores of 69 in playback and 74 in recording. In playback, we found good dynamics with precise attack, very few artifacts overall, good timbre, and a pretty good performance at maximum value, though it was noticed that stereo was inverted when positioning the phone in landscape orientation. In recording, the device did lack a bit of bass and high extension compared to other devices in the segment, and volume was a bit lower for the memo app recording. So voice note takers might want to keep that in mind. Overall though, round 2 audio goes to Samsung. Next up, display, round 3. The Apple iPhone SE 2022 displayed a strong performance overall in our tests, scoring an 86 overall in our smartphone display rankings. So unlike other models in Apple's series of iPhones, which come with OLED displays, the Apple iPhone SE screen is an LCD, and it is one of the best we've actually tested so far, outperforming all other LCD phones in our database in all use cases. For a high-end phone with a standard 60 Hz refresh rate, we thought the device was great for gaming because of its good smoothness, great touch accuracy, and well-managed aliasing. The device came very close, in fact, to achieving a top score in the touch attribute. We did notice, however, a certain lack of brightness under sunlight conditions and when viewed from an angle. So onto the Samsung A53, well, we found the device's display to be not particularly strong, scoring a combined 77 in our smartphone display rankings, actually placing it near the bottom. So we found brightness and color to be uniform, but with the device's inability to read HDR10 content, a very common format, this is problematic for viewing videos on the device. In terms of display, Samsung's device actually represents a regression from their own A52 5G model. So the display round, that goes to Apple. Last round, battery. So the Apple iPhone SE 2022 edition scored a 51 overall in our battery rankings, with actually a battery having one of the smallest capacities we tested so far in a device. And though the device features wireless charging capabilities, it takes a good 3+ hours to reach full charge and only offers 1.5 days of autonomy and moderate use. Though thanks to Apple's good combination of hardware and software, the device actually came close to being one of the top scores in our battery efficiency subcategory. The Samsung A53 5G fared only a bit better in our battery rankings, scoring a total of 59, falling a bit short in terms of our rankings and placing itself just below the average. Autonomy, charging, and efficiency subscores were less than stellar, but the device will get you through a wee bit more than 2 days of battery life. So this round for battery goes to Samsung. So there it is. Let's see those scores again for today's two devices: the Apple iPhone SE 2022 edition and the Samsung A53 5G. So you can see that each device has some strengths and some weaknesses and can provide a cheaper option than just shelling out the big bucks on a flagship device. And depending on whether your user needs are in audio and battery or camera and display, maybe there's a high-end device that could be right for you. So there it is, everyone. It looks like the Apple iPhone SE 2022 takes it in camera and display, but the A53 took the audio and battery rounds. So tell us down below in the comments what you think about these devices, which one is the right for you and maybe why. We'd love to hear from you. Our detailed findings, full test results, breaking it all down, and a complete view of our rankings are available as always on our website, DXOMARK.com. Make sure to ring the bell to subscribe if you like these videos. That's all for today. Once more, thank you for watching. This is Rick signing off. Have a good weekend. See you in the next one. And again, if you like this video, we have a few more right here.